Mic check! We having taxpayers night tonight, and this is my submission for taxpayers night. You can't erase this. This is raw, uncut, it's unedited. Shorty's Underground. We want a federal and a state audit on Jake's Grill at 11950 Falls Road and Shorty's Underground at 11950 Falls Road. I want a federal and a state audit. I was kidnapped from my residency. You feel me? And your city solicitor participated in this. You feel me? I was kidnapped from my house at 1402 Lochner on February the 7th, 2011, because I was exposing the corruption and racism in your courts pertaining to your prison industry. Interstate compact. All right? And these are the cases. The first case is a $54 million lawsuit. The second case is my case in Illinois when I was kidnapped. And the third case was my property stolen on Falls Road. Then you charged me with terrorism, all right? Affidavit filed Monday. Y'all filed false papers with the courts. This is the comptroller, like I said, from 2017. And I've been doing this since 2006. It's about your courts and your corruption. If you suspect a fraud or tax, all right, go to the credit bureau, your police department. And I filed my case with the police department. Taxation without representation is against the law. And I'm not being represented by my police department and my public officials because y'all got too much money tied to the prison industry and the illegal war on drugs. That's my dog. Care about pets more than you care about people. Care about pets more than you do people. You make a dog park, but you won't do nothing about a dirt bike track for the kids. So I'm shitting on y'all. Y'all gonna make me famous for toilets. Y'all gonna see toilets all over Baltimore. It's gonna be like the walls of Jericho. How many toilets is it gonna take before we get justice? And it ain't gonna be just us. By any means necessary. That's Curious George. Oh wow, that's Curious George. All right? And Curious George works in the community. He's famous in the community. You feel me? Art and activism. That's what Curious George is here for. All right? Like I said, we're going to talk about this. The state of Maryland kidnapped me because I was making a movie and a documentary. The movie's called Letters Design. And it was about Scott Shellenberger, Gregg Bernstein, Marilyn Mosby, Jessamy, in your prison industry, in the war on drugs, stop and frisk and zero tolerance. You feel me? Stop and frisk and zero tolerance. So I was showing the money that the city makes behind stop and frisk and zero tolerance and the money that they make off the prison industry, their investment portfolio with ALLLLL, the corporation. How much money does ALLLLL invest in Baltimore City? You feel me? I came here straight out the penitentiary and I was making a movie about it. That's my film crew, all right? The movie was about Gregg Bernstein, Scott Shellenberger, all right, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake, Chief Johnson. It's about the Constitution. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I am Dred Scott. Now you can go directly to Senator Antonio Hayes. He got the book. He got the book, the movie releases, he got everything. I put it in his hand so he can't deny nothing that I say, all right? I went to the Supreme Court with this because I knew it was going to be very controversial. It's the war on drugs. That's T.J. Smith, all right? That's Dante Hickman. And that's Governor Hogan's office. Social service and volunteerism. And I do a lot of volunteering in the community. I do a lot of good in the hood. You're talking about mass incarceration in your prison industry, stop and frisk. You feel me? And the things that I do in the community. If you go directly to the Department of Justice today, they got a blueprint. I expose them for who and what they are. I name the judges, the lawyers, and the politicians that get paid off of this. Go directly there today. He got it. I'm asking my public officials to defend my rights. We're talking about taxation without representation and the money that you put in your police department, like the militarization of the police department, the criminalization of poverty. We talking about black faces selling out the black community with Jim Crow justice. Like I say, my movie is like the Baltimore The Wire. Only thing is I don't have to change nobody's name. When I say Kamenetz, I can say Kamenetz. When I say Oleski, I can say Oleski. You feel me? When I say Obama and Trump, people gonna pay attention. You feel me? Councilman Quirk, you're gonna have to answer those emails. If you don't answer the emails, like I said, we got everything on film. My county testimony in front of the county board. Same thing with you. You feel me? Racism doesn't work without black cooperation. And these are some of the black faces that help with the cooperation. You feel me? Like I said, go directly to Senator Antonio Hayes. He signed this. That's Senator Antonio Hayes' signature. That's Senator Antonio Hayes. We're going to talk about Zirkin and Glenn, and we're going to talk about the laws that y'all write. That's reinventing slavery. And we're going to talk about everything. Activism in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. We're going to talk about the activists. Special Agent Richard McFeely. You see that? Special Agent Richard McFeely. All right, 325 hours of 1-hour tapes. You feel me? Attorney-client privilege. My lawyer had this and refused to admit this as evidence. They let me sit in jail for all that time. Brian Frosh had this evidence. You can go directly to Judge Bennett. I filed this paperwork a year ago. D'Souza had it. Ed Norris had it. Commissioner Belfield had it. Davis had it. Batts had it. And if you go directly to Commissioner Harris, he got it right now. Y'all going after Pew? I want all 52 of y'all. Chief Johnson, you see now I chased him out of City Hall. Kamenetz ain't here. I'm a black Republican. And we fighting for freedom. That's Mr. O'Neill. We're talking about Rikers Island? No, we're going to talk about Baltimore County Detention Center. We're going to show you the laws that y'all write to incarcerate us. And I'm going to show you the role that the media plays in this. You feel me? Baltimore, arts and promotion. I'm artfully active. I shut shit down. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. I feed the need in Baltimore. I'm B. Gaddy on wheels. It's the community grill. We're going to talk about the state of Maryland versus Dwayne Davis. That's I am Dred Scott because you took my property. You showed that blacks have no rights. And like I said, we're going with the film festival with this one. That's Shorty. I own all parts of me. That's Mayor O'Malley. You see that? That's my store on Falls Road. It's the Get Shorty program. All right? We're talking about your prison industry and mass incarceration. And I'm going to give you something to see. Go to the Real News and get everything I gave Eddie Conway and Paul J. Because you can go to Governor O'Malley. You can go to Mr. McGee from Parole and Probation. Because I served you up. This is from President Obama, Senator Obama. When I was locked up in Illinois, I went home on vacation. I came back on probation. That's what I talk about tax night, taxpayers night. I paid a lot of taxes and y'all left me in jail. So I made a movie about y'all. Right here. Maryland's prison industry. The O'Malley Brown machine. And we're gonna enter it into the film festival. It's supposed to go in the film festival in 2011. Right here, Michael Alport. Dwayne Davis, 1402 Lochner. I mailed it to myself. You see the headlines in the news? You see that? Boys of Barack. It's making a film about the city of Baltimore. It's making a movie about your prison industry and the money that you have tied to your prison industry. Right here. Barbara Mikulski, 2009. Dutch Rupersberger. Lisa Madigan. Martin Luther King got you letters from a Birmingham jail. I got you 2 jailhouse diaries. I got you a Minority Report. I got you Dred Scott. I got you a lot of things. It's taxpayers night. Taxation without representation is against the Constitution. You feel me? It's against the Constitution. And these are the supporters of Shorty. These are the people that support me. And like I said, it was about your prison industry. Mass incarceration in your prison industry. See my address? Y'all let Davis kidnap the little black boy, and you let Shellenberger kidnap a black man. And you can go to Richard Scher, Stan Stovall, Terry Owens, Karen Parks, Congressman Cummings, and Senator Cardins. All right? About your prison industry. We're going to square off and square up. Because y'all made a lot of money off of this. Let's have a community conversation. You talk about opioids? Let's talk about the war on drugs. Let's have a community conversation, because I've been to these community conversations. In these community conversations, all you're talking about is giving white people treatment and incarcerating black Baltimore. That's why you got the police out here with the zero tolerance and stop and frisk. That's why you got Harrison out here talking about come snitch. Y'all gonna get a lot of people fucked up snitching. So let's change the dynamics of this. See that? That's my lawyer, Chief Public Defender. He got to file a writ of certiorari with the Supreme Court for my property. I was insured, and I have a claim coming up. You feel me? I have a claim coming up. And your whole name is all over it. We're going to talk about the abuses of power by our leadership. You feel me? Brian Frosh been knowing about this since he was Senator Frosh. Doug Gansler. You feel me? Like I said, we're going to talk about opioids versus treatment versus incarceration. Like I said, I do everything I do in the light of day. Nothing like a thief in the night. Now, Jack know me. Jack know me. So this is what we're going to do with this. This City Hall, they got taxpayers night tonight. That's Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. All right? I'm a businessman. That's my penitentiary number, so I can show you that ex-felons can own properties, run businesses, and be something better than what they was. You feel me? So I'm asking for taxpayers night. This is the Assistant Attorney General. All right? See that? February 2019. See that? Baltimore City Council, the Mayor of Baltimore, Baltimore City Delegation, Baltimore Police Commissioner. Taxation without representation is against the law. There goes the email that Kiefer Mitchell don't want nobody to know about. And these are the names on the email. Bundy, Tim Tennyson, WBL, Baltimore County State's Attorney's Office, Governor Hogan. This letter is to Governor Hogan. Feel me? Governor Hogan got this. This is what I sent Jane Miller. Since the I-team say that they do reporting, that's Johnny Oleski. And like I said, I'm gonna be here tonight. It's taxpayers night. Taxation without representation. You feel me? Taxation without representation. I'm Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue, and I'm Shorty's Barbecue and Country Store on Falls Road, established in 1997. City of Baltimore establishing, all right? 1797, 1997. I'm not a slave, I'm a free man, and that's my property. I am Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Well, we're gonna put it on the table tonight at tax night. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we steal the cash crop. So tonight at taxpayers night, get my paperwork in order. Cause like I said, I'm gonna beat you in the streets, but I don't really beat you here. My end game is a movie, all about Baltimore City. A movie about y'all's politics. A movie about your police. A movie about your uprising. A movie about your activists. A movie about your actorvists. And the money that y'all make off of the prison industry in Baltimore City. Mic check! It's that time of day. Good morning, good morning. That's how we're gonna do it. When I come in there tonight, we're gonna mic check the room, and I'm gonna ask you about my constitutional right of property, my freedom of speech. I'm gonna ask you about my rights, and I'm gonna ask you about these emails, and I'm gonna ask you about Dr. Bundy. All right, we're gonna ask you about these emails. I'm gonna ask you about this letter. City, county, state, and federal levels. I want everything that belongs to me. Good morning. Mike, check! Early in the morning, yeah, the police right there. I ain't got to go in the building. They know that I'm around. Pay me what you owe me, I'll leave you alone. I told y'all when I started this, you rather go through hell with gasoline draws on than fuck with that short motherfucker. I got the draws and the gas. I'm getting ready to light y'all's ass up.